Okay, so we are doing a discussion on Yik Yak, and we just watched a YouTube video called Yik Yak Awareness. So, what did you guys think about the video, and how, in response to that video, how do you now view your campus?
I feel like our campus is not like, I feel like our students are like aware of what they post, and a bunch of students are aware of like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And if like it's too inappropriate, then people would download Yik Yak post, and then probably would like disappear forever. But it just made me feel like a bit better about myself since I'm here in TI. But also like I got kind of like mad because I was like, if you don't want to see those things, then don't download Yik Yak. You get me?
It's just like the CI students did that CI. These are the same people who are downloading this app and writing these like whatever racial slurs or sexism. And then I get what you're saying, like, oh, don't download the app and you won't see it. But then at the same time, like, just knowing that this is happening among our like class and among our university, I don't know. I think it's just very stupid. Is there another word for stupid? I don't know. I don't understand the concept of commenting about like what were some of the comments like? Oh, there was one. White girls with big ass. This is what Martin Luther King died for. Like, why would you say that? That's not what he died for. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. I quite don't understand it. I don't even understand, like, whoever made this app. I don't understand.
Well, it wasn't meant to be something bad.
It wasn't meant to be something bad, but at the same time,
Well, when I looked it up, they created the app so people can be more connected easier, so you don't have to have mutual friends or be have something related to the person. You could just be friends with them by being anonymous, so there's no like loopholes between it. But it turned into something more than just being friends quicker.
but then like within this society, within our generation, even if you think it wouldn't happen, it would happen. So
there's always that person.
There's always that. It's always going to be that one person who's going to start it and everyone's going to follow along. And, it just proves that, like, we're a generation, we like to follow people.
But if people thought this was, like, a huge problem, people would stop and start posting good comments, and then the majority would post good comments. But since no one really cares, then it's just going to continue that way.
Yeah. The only reason, like, it still continues to this day because people, like, deep down, like, people really don't think it's not a problem. And I think that's kind of sad because it is a problem. So
I personally don't think it's a problem. I feel like if you have a problem with it, then delete it.
That's true.
That's just me, though.
But at the same time, that person is going out their way, grabbing their iPhone, legit going on the app, typing it down, like, they're doing that intentionally. For what, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why? Like, what is that? And at the same time, it's making you a coward for doing it anonymously. Like, if you have something to say, say it to your face. Like, I don't understand that. Like, it just proves that, like, that we're a whole bunch of cowards, and, like, we all have a mouth. Like, if you don't like someone, or either you say something or you don't say anything at all. And this whole Yik Yak app doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think it's very fair to women too, because guys are just going on there and talking about women in any way they can because they're not putting out or something like that.
Like,
but that's how our society has always been. Like, they've always been like bringing women down, and I think that Yik Yak just reflects everything that our society actually gives us. Like, all those negative comments are actually what people think, and they're just posting them out because it's not just them that are thinking it. A bunch of other students are also thinking it, and they're just posting it because it's true.
And then you see the same comments from multiple universities. That says something.
Mm-hmm.
It really does say something about our generation and our future generation. So
Do you think being anonymous really changed people in communities?
definitely,
Like,
definitely.
being like more open and more honest, but it's also more harsh.
It is very.
Like the type of words, I feel like they do it more directly, and they just don't care because it's anonymous. Nobody knows.
Yeah, like it could be like your best friend, and you wouldn't even expect it.
Yeah.
And that is so surprising because I've heard way too many stories. I mean, people on Yik Yak at this university have outed so many people, and it's like, oh, and they're wondering like, oh, who will post something? I'm like, you gotta think about it.
Yeah.
It's your friend,
It could be your friend, roommate, neighbor.
the people you mess with.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand that. So yeah.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome.